welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. So this is your October 2018 reading. As you can see, the layout, for the reading is slightly different. You'll see that the main box has got the reading, so you can see that all the cards are, oh, let me just get a bit comfier here. You can see that, the main cards in the box, so you can see the spread, where I'm going to lay the spread, okay? You'll also see me in a small box here or here, wherever it lands. And I'm doing it like this because I have a lot of, my viewers saying we'd love to see the spread. And I like showing you guys the spread. But also, I like Aries being on camera, okay? I like people to see my eyes, to see the passion that I have for the tarot, to see the way that I explain the cards. So you can choose where you want to look. You can either, you can look at both, you can kind of, do both if you want, but I wanted a way that I could be on screen as well as showing you, and you can see that the reading isn't in a small box, it's in a big box, okay? So the main bit that takes up this reading is actually the spread, okay? So Aries, for October 2018, we are using the Poppy Paladin Everyday Enchantment Tarot. I love this deck. I really want to design my own deck. I've bought some blank tarot cards just to do some mock-ups and stuff. Of the cards that I want to design myself, but this is in a phenomenal deck. It's so good, really excellent. It's just definitely one of my favorite decks of all time to use. Just phenomenal. And yeah, let's get on with your October 2018 reading. So Universe Spirit, what can you see coming in for Aries, Sun and Rising signs for the month of October 2018? What do you see coming in for Aries, Sun and Rising signs for the month of October 2018? Show me. Alright, so we've shuffled the cards. They can be a bit tricky to shuffle because they're big, but nevertheless we've done it. Right, so let's have a look what's coming in for Aries. Let's start laying the cards. I do my sort of Celtic cross, but I do it really as a sort of just try and do an overall kind of story around what's going on for October. Okay. There we go. Okay. Right, so I always like to start with, and on some of the areas, Aries will get, clarifiers if we need to get clarifiers, okay? I like to start with the area that shows who you are in the month of October 2018, the self. Wow, that showed up for another sign. I think it might have been Taurus. Some of you guys, you're being very creative. Empresses represent birth. So sometimes, when you're an Empress, you have a birth of ideas. Sometimes you might literally be pregnant with the Empress energy. Sometimes you might be nurturing something, whether it's your children, whether it's your partner, whether it's, extended members of your family. But I think that you guys are nurturing something within your life because you're giving birth to something here with this Empress energy showing here. Now, the reason that this is occurring is because of the Eight of Cups. So I think that you guys are turning your back on something in your life. You can see on this Eight of Cups, it's turning its back on dirty dishes. And, there's an open door here. And this person is ready to walk outside of that door because they're not dealing with the, the mess that has been. They're leaving a mess behind, basically, the way that I look at that card, because there's lots of dirty dishes and washing up, and this is a mess. And they're leaving it behind and they're following a new path. There's an open door here and they're looking for something better. So I think that really, if I were just to sum up this root issue here, it's all about leaving a mess behind. And you guys are showing as being, the self is the Empress. So I think that you guys are giving birth to something new. I think that you're nurturing something within your life. I think that you're starting on a new creative path because the root issue is all about you guys leaving a mess behind. I think that you're developing something within the self, but also outwardly as well. Because, of course, the Eight of Cups leaving a mess behind here and following a new path, a new trajectory. Now, in the past, the Six of Swords, okay. So I think that for some of you guys, Aries, you have tried supporting others in the Six of Swords energy because this Six of Swords on the Poppy Paladin deck shows a man and he's on icy terrain. Okay, so you can see he's on some sort of icy rink, and but you know when you're a tarot reader, you notice certain things within the cards. So this is why I love this deck so much, because she's created a deck that makes you come up with certain words. And this person here, in the past, you know, if you look at the sun, this person's looking to the horizon, okay? So this person's looking for something better, all right? And the sun, we know that the sun thaws out ice. So this person's trying to maneuver themselves over a very kind of icy terrain, a very kind of tempestuous terrain. You know, he does have icy, what do they call them? Those boots that they wear. They are on those blade things, okay? So he's skating across, you know, an icy terrain here. But the whole point of the Six of Swords is about moving from darkness into light is the Six of Swords. It's about moving from, because swords represent ideas, they also represent struggles. They represent our consciousness, the way that we think. And with the Six of Swords, this is all about moving from perhaps a negative state of mind into a more positive one. This card can represent when we need to find a clearer path, is the Six of Swords energy. And it can also mean that there's a change of mind. So for some of you guys, there might have been a change of mind in the past. For some of you guys, it's about moving from a very kind of uncertain time in your life into somewhere that's clearer, especially if the root issue is about turning your back on a mess and looking towards something else. And we're seeing two cards really. If you look at the similarity between the both cards, Aries, you've got two people with their backs turned. All right. Now, some of you guys, it might be that you are supporting others in this journey as well, because the Six of Swords is also a card about supporting the people that you care for within your life, making sure that they are transported from a difficult time into a safer and happier time. Now, what's influencing you in the month of October, Aries, is the Page of Cups. It could be a child. For some of you guys, it's the Page of Cups. It could be what's influencing you is your love, especially if it's the love that you have for your family, for the people that you support. But also with the Page of Cups, it's about the vision that we have for the future. So when you get the Page of Cups, there are certain cards within the Cup energy that talk about people who are dreamers. The Knight of Cups is a dreamer. Not so much the King of Cups, even though he can be in love with the idea of love at times. The Queen of Cups is definitely a dreamer as well. The Page of Cups is one person like this as well. So what might be influencing you is about your dreams and your visions. What's influencing you as well for some of you guys is that you're on this new path. Maybe you're learning something emotional about yourself as well, because the Page of Cups, all pages learn, they're all students. And this person is developing their intuition. So what might be influencing you is that you're right at that point where you're developing knowledge, intuitive knowledge. So you're developing your intuition with this Page of Cups. Some of you guys have a dream, you've got an ideal, you've got a goal that you want to, you've got a desire that you want to develop with this Page of Cups. This might be about a new direction that you're taking, might be a new creative direction for some of you guys, because the Page of Cups can also be, well, why don't you focus on something creative, something new, something that you've got very little experience in, but you can build for the future. Now, as a result of that, the energy or the focus around you for the month will be on the Two of Cups. And I think that this Two of Cups is, it's not about a person. I think that this is on, for some of you guys, it will be on finding some form of agreement or partnership. Could be a new partnership for some of you guys, especially as you're turning your back on a mess. The focus is with the Two of Cups. Perhaps this is about finding a new partnership. But also with the Two of Cups, we can't read the Two of Cups in terms of just partnerships, agreements, love, relationships. The Two of Cups, if it is an agreement, then there has to be an agreement for you to follow whatever this new path is. If it's about balance, because the Two of Cups is also about emotional balance, so the focus will be about finding that emotional balance, you know, bringing things together. Because I think that for some of you guys, you haven't been so balanced here with the Eight of Cups, especially as you're turning your back on a mess and you're moving into a new direction with this Eight of Cups energy. You're following a new journey. The Eight of Cups is all about following a better path as well, so turning your back on a mess and looking to follow a better path. And as a result of that, the focus is on the Two of Cups energy. Maybe you need an agreement on this in order to do this. Maybe for some of you guys, as a result of this, the focus is on finding some emotional balance in your life, because you have been, in the past, with this Six of Swords, trying to maneuver your way, trying to negotiate a very icy very treacherous path, one in which you need to move from a very negative situation or a situation that lacked clarity into something that brings clarity to you, or something that is more positive. And you might be, as an influence, focused very much on your dreams and your desires and your goals with this Page of Cups energy showing here. The most likely outcome for the month, Aries, if you do this, will be, well, the Three of Coins. And that's a nice energy to have, because the Three of Coins, again, is a development card. Because the Three of Coins, when you get threes, they're all about developments. And we've got an Empress showing here. So this is all about you guys nurturing something new. You're giving birth to something new, because you're turning your back on something that's ended. Eights represent change. So the Eight of Cups is all about a change. And your focus is on a change. Leaving a mess behind, focusing on a change for the better. Because you're the Empress. You're giving birth to something new. There's something that's been, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not congesting. I don't know what that word is, but there's something that's been, you know, bubbling up in some of you guys, and it's time to give birth to it. It's time to develop whatever this thing is that you have been creating with this Empress energy, because you're not happy where you are and you want to turn your back on a mess, and you're looking with this Eight of Cups to change, to follow a new path. Well, as a result of that, the energy, I think, around you with this Two of Cups is really about finding emotional balance. And from that emotional balance, the most likely outcome will be with this Three of Coins energy. That what you're doing with the Three of Coins energy is that you're, again, it's a card about development. So you're starting to develop this new creative path with the Empress and turning your back on that Eight of Cups. Because the Eight of Cups, Eight of Coins, this can be about relationships as well. So, but the Three of Coins is all about hard work and developing, because coins represent the work that we do. So when you look at a Three of Coins energy, what this is really saying is that this is an enterprise, okay, that has the potential to bring rewards, but also has the potential to gain you recognition. It has the potential to gain, you know, people around you. It's about working with others, but I don't see the Three of Coins like that, because the most likely outcome with this Three of Coins is that this is going to pay off, okay? Whatever this balance is, the Three of Coins really is the payoff for me card with this Three of Coins energy, you know, because what I'm looking at with this Three of Coins is somebody who is steering their own ship. And I've just noticed that. Can you see that guy there? He's steering this barge. So the most likely outcome for me says with this Three of Coins. And when you do tarot, you don't always have to read these cards with the general meanings, because it's suicide to do tarot like that. Especially if something doesn't make sense. It's like, how does that fit in? So look at I always get pictured cards because I like to see what the picture tells me. Okay. It might be that you turn your back on a mess, and the focus for the month is, well, as a result of that, do I have somebody's agreement that I can do this? Because more than likely I'm looking to develop relationships, not a relationship, but I'm looking to develop some form of a practice with other people. You know, I'm looking to work on ideas with other people, which is what the Three of Coins is. I'm looking to work in a partnership with others, especially if the focus for the month is maybe on some agreement. Turning your back on a mess and looking and focusing on maybe a new agreement, because Two of Cups is also a new agreement. So some of you guys, it might be that the focus is on a new agreement. And if you focus on that new agreement with the Two of Cups, it might be that the most likely outcome from this, as things stand at the moment with this Three of Coins, is that you're working within a partnership, a successful partnership with that Three of Coins, in which there is the potential for great reward going forward. Okay, for some of you guys, it's about finding balance for the month of October 2018, Aries, in which the Three of Coins, you're steering your own ship forward with the Three of Coins energy, perhaps with the help of others. Now, coming in, what you're going to experience is the Two of Wands. So this is all about a vision. This is all about a new direction. So what I'm seeing is, as a result of this energy here, where for some of you guys this is about a new partnership, for some of you guys this is about finding balance of the soul. I'm seeing here a clear vision with the Two of Wands. And a clear vision in which you're the only one that has that control to move forward with the Two of Wands, because that's what the Two of Wands is. The Two of Wands says, well, there is a path now. There is a clear path that we can take. You have to have the confidence to take that path going forward with the Two of Wands energy. Okay, because the power is within your hands. Now there's a globe here. Usually the guy's got the globe in his hands and he's standing on a terrain and he's saying, right, I've got this clear path that I'm moving towards, this new direction that I'm moving towards. But he hesitates a little bit. But with the Two of Wands, this is all about establishing a new path. So the energy, I think, in the immediate future for October is some of you guys, there's a clear vision here, a new venture here, but also there's an establishment of a new path here with the Two of Wands energy. And coming in, influences around that are the Two of Coins. So this is going to require some of you guys to balance many things within your life, because the Two of Coins is all about managing, you know, the different factions of your life. So if you have family that you need to see to, and you've got a job, and plus you've got a hobby, how do we manage that? Because this is the juggler. So it's going to require you to juggle a few things in your life, Aries, going forward in October, because this is the card of the juggler. And you've got 3 twos all in a line here, which is really interesting, because twos in the tarot represent balance, but also duality. So trying to balance things out, trying to get things in sync. But also the twos can represent imbalance. I don't read the twos necessarily like that, especially if I see something like a Two of Swords in between a King of Swords and a Three of Cups, because the Two of Swords are pointing this way. So if I get a King of Swords here, I know that the actions that I put out there with the Three of Cups in the other way are going to bring me success. So it's all about creating that balance. And the focus for you guys, Two of Cups is about balance. The Two of Wands is about a vision. Being able to move out of one area of your life into another one. Taking a new direction. Yes, it can be about conflict. It can be about being in, you know, two minds, or not so much with the Two of Wands, it is with the Two of Wands, being in two minds, or being at a crossroads. That's where the imbalance comes in with the Two of Wands. And the Two of Coins again is about imbalance, but trying to create balance from chaos. And I feel that what's going on here within this reading, because we've got so many twos, this is all about creating balance from chaos in the month of October 2018, Aries. Because you've got this new venture here in the immediate future, this vision that you have, this new direction with the Two of Wands, this establishment with the Two of Wands energy of a new direction that you're moving in. But it's going to require you as an influence coming in to manage the different areas of your life with this Two of Coins energy. Now, your hopes or fears, Ten of Coins is the hope. The Ten of Coins, I think, as the hope is really just to establish some order, security and stability within your life, especially within the family, because the Ten of Coins often represents a very stable family environment. For some of you guys, the situation, the hope will be with this Ten of Coins to earn the most, to make the most money with the Ten of Coins energy. The overall outcome for the month from this energy here and this energy here is the Knight of Cups. Following your heart's desires, I feel here. I think this is following your heart's desires. Because I think that from here, this is all about the establishment of a new path, the Two of Wands, in which you are going to need to balance out those certain factions of your life to make this new path work. And from that energy, the overall outcome is that you guys with this Knight of Cups energy end up following your heart's desires. You're very open to whatever comes to you. Because the cup energy, whenever, I mean, even though on this card the cup is on the floor, the Knight of Cups has usually got his cup held out, right? So when you get cups being held out, and even though I'm not following the picture on this as such, I'm following the general idea of the card, the general meaning. So how I follow the Knight of Cups, yes, it can be about offers, it can be about apologies, it can be about new love, but it's also about following your heart's desires. Being open, because when cups are open, they're receptive. So you're receptive. You can see with the cup energy, he's got money in it. So he's got his cup open. He's asking for money. He's a busker. And he's asking for his cup to be filled. So I think that you guys are open to whatever the universe is bringing into you, which is nice. Even though you've got to try and manage and juggle certain areas of your life with the Two of Coins, you are open to receiving whatever comes to you. Because the Knight of Cups, any cup card I see, like the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, when that cup is open, The only card I don't read like that on a particular deck is the Rider-Waite, because the Queen of Cups card cup is closed. So often I see the Queen of Cups on the Rider-Waite. Sorry about this. Okay, I can't get that. Sorry about that. I don't know how to turn it off. Alright, it's stopped ringing. It hasn't stopped ringing. Right, it's been turned off. Sorry about that, guys. I know better not to talk on phone on readings now, because if I think I spoke on a phone call before on Aries, and you know, you wear all your dirty linen and everything on, and then I forget to delete and all the rest of it, and I'll probably forget to delete that phone call, so I do apologise. I think that you're very open to receiving as a result of this, you know, because there are coins in the cup. So some of you guys are receiving as a result of this Two of Coins energy, as a result of following this passion, following this new path with the Two of Wands, in which influence is coming in. It's going to require you to juggle different areas of your life with the Two of Coins energy and to make things work. I feel that with some of you guys, this is all about you guys receiving with this Knight of Coins, actually, when I look at it. I think that you're receiving. Let's have a look at what you're receiving. What is Aries receiving? What is Aries receiving? Eight of Wands. Messages. Work. You know, because the Eight of Wands is receiving lots of work, lots of messages. Maybe you're receiving lots of interest for what you're doing here with the Eight of Wands energy. Because Eight of Wands is all about projects. Maybe you're receiving projects coming in with the Eight of Wands. You know, maybe you're receiving work with the Eight of Wands. Maybe you're receiving people who are showing interest in what you're doing here with the Eight of Wands energy. It's a really, really good reading, Aries. An excellent reading for October 2018. Because you took the time. Because you were certain. And I think that this Two of Cups for the month, the focus is on balance. The focus is also probably on agreements and contracts as well. Because you decide to turn your back on something that's not working and following a new path, the focus might be on agreements and contracts, working with others, in which you are developing these relationships with the Three of Coins as the most likely outcome. Because you guys are the Empress. You have ideas that you're working on, that you're nurturing, that you're developing with this Empress energy. You're pregnant with ideas that you are. And the Empress comes after the High Priestess and the Magician. So the Magician says, we start with the idea, the concept, the vision. The High Priestess says, let me take that concept and that idea and all of the resources that you've got, and let me work on placing those things and how we're going to do it. So she's like the PA or something like that. And then we've got the Empress. High Priestess passes those ideas off the Magician onto the High Priestess and says, right, start developing this now. So this has probably been in the working for some of you Aries people for a long time. But it's all happening because there's something in your life that's not working. Eight of Cups. And you know that you need to follow this new path. And around that, in the past, the Six of Swords, you've been on a very rocky terrain, a very icy terrain, a very treacherous terrain. But you've been trying to find that clear path. You've been trying to find the solution. You've been working towards finding that solution. And what's influencing you is your visions and your dreams with this Page of Cups energy. But also what's influencing you is learning about this new path that you're going into. And as a result of that, the focus might be on a new partnership for some of you guys. One in which you're going to start to develop and work on all sorts of projects with the Three of Coins energy. Now from here, where we see the icy terrain that you've been on, but still very focused and very confident about yourselves to move from something that was uncertain into something that's certain, because you have that dream and that vision. What we see here is the start of this new venture, Two of Wands energy. Two of Wands can also be the start of a new partnership, in which some of you guys, yes, Two of Coins, you're going to have to manage other things at the same time. So you might be in a job still, and you might be working on something else. You might be doing one project, but having to focus on this new project. But your hopes are, for some of you guys, it is to gain riches, money, material stuff, the most. Ten of Coins. For some of you guys, it's all about the family. For some of you guys, it's all about the hopes of, well, I hope that this new path that I'm following, this new venture, this new partnership is going to bring me stability and security with the Ten of Coins. And the overall outcome says, well, yes, you are receiving Knight of Cups energy. Well, what are you receiving? You're receiving interest, Eight of Wands. You're working within a new partnership for some of you guys. One in which you are building this partnership with the Three of Coins energy. You're building this team with the Three of Coins energy. You're building the work with the Three of Coins energy. Works are in development from this, partnership, because the Three of Coins is all about work being in development with the Two of Cups energy. So if you guys, the focus might be on communicating with others, in which the most likely outcome will be with the Three of Coins, where you're gaining recognition for this communication from others, And the overall outcome says, well, you're receiving from this Knight of Cups energy. And what are you receiving? Interest, messages, work, projects, Eight of Wands energy, good news, Eight of Wands energy. It's an exceptional reading, Aries. I can't believe how good some of these readings are for October for a lot of the signs. And a lot of them, it's all about this new path that people are on. And that, the fact that they are strong enough and they have lots of self-will, it's paying off. So I see things paying off for you. Possibly a new partnership. Possibly talking, communicating with others. Contracts for some of you guys. Things are paying off. They're in the developmental stage, but you're seeing a payoff for some of you guys for all the hard work that you put in. Excellent, excellent reading. Okay, that's your reading, Aries. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I'll see you kind of start of October, mid-October maybe, for your bonus readings. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.